I spent years testing my own mind and soul. Real change takes time and deep reflection. Here is what actually works.
I do analyzing entire spiritual process, looking into that, observing that since years. I am like a guinea pig on myself, testing everything on myself, trying everything on myself, just to see how it works. I did many extreme things in life and being in extreme environment. I did experience many things which potentially could hurt me, damage me badly. Some of them really damage me badly. But I am here alive and keen to talk about that, all of that. Basically, I talk about that spiritual process of change of human. When I started my spiritual journey, it was like my mind was destroyed. I was in different frame of mind. I was unconscious person. I was so explosive. I got unbearable anger, not controllable anger inside. I was young person. As a young person, I had to experience dreadful, horrible things which I never should see as a child. And all of that turned my sensitivity. At that time I was still normal. My sensitivity into that anger, where I could simply walk into 30 people and fight with them. There was something initiating those events before that fight started happening, let's say. So 10 of people beat my friend, colleague, so I walked to that group of 30 and said, why you did this, that, and obviously I meet clash. I meet abuse towards me. So I was at that moment in time so insane to say that I didn't care what happened, what gonna happen to me. Even that was in my mind. I didn't want to hurt myself by my own hands, but in a way I had this in my mind. I wanted to hurt myself through other people's hands. So I didn't bother to walk into a group of 30 people and start punching their faces after that. That happened many times, till I exploit completely my own energy, and that turned into complete deprivation, depression, anxiety. Till now I've got almost 50. I experiencing that youth time, that deprivation of energy, distortion of energy, and many quite often horrific flashes of memory, images from the past, where I've been beaten, where I had broken arms, when I had many of those fights in that young age, when I had almost broken back, where I've been almost hospitalized, and many others horrific things like illnesses, etc, etc, etc. And later on, super difficult works, because when you degrade your inner temple, then reality will be behaving towards you this way to regenerate your energy with hard, tough task in life. That's how this happening. And as well later on, after that, many millions of failures, and as well prison. I was in the prison as a prison guard. I was working in the prison category B prison, where was lifers and above 10 years sentences. That was difficult place to be. I have to admit, I went there to just test myself, how strong I am, how much I can push myself and those things, because obviously I learned from life that life will give us many tests to push ourselves, to face certain things, to challenge certain things. Till I had energy, I kept doing that. But there was no long ago time that something changed. And I don't really searching anymore for that. I just keep observing my mind, because I learned after all those years hardships that main reason was that my own mind kept bringing me those horrific experiences, fearful experiences, dreadful experiences of life. That's what this does. Once you inject, once you see, once you are taking part in those things, this will be circling in your mind. You wire your mind to be angry, aggressive, to process those images. All of it will be circling in you till you not find a way how to cleanse this, remove it. And I tried million different ways how to get rid of that. It took me now, I am like on that recovery process 30 years. This is in a way natural process, but we can really tremendously help in that ourselves. I tried cold bath immersion. That's in a way something doing, but it's not really, you cannot really that much address and heal that mind. That mind healing and is addressed mainly through spiritual sources, through spiritual practices, through prayer, meditation, reading scriptures, through fasting. You need to be able to plug into that stillness, balance yourself, keep still, keep pray, keep meditate, till you learn again how to be and be in that stillness. And that stillness has ability, that God Allah, we can call it God Allah, that stillness, tranquility inside, that space, that invisible space in your soul, in your ruh, have ability to heal your mind, heal those traumas, heal those broken patterns, habits, emotions, feelings, thoughts. That's only thing which can do that. I observed through years how this behave and what's really worked the best. And what's worked the best is to find the activity in life. That's maybe not even prayer and meditation, but even being in the forest or playing guitar, whatever, something which you love to do, which simply cause you not to think and keep you still. If you are in this mode of being still, and you will be able to observe the mind, pierce those hardly wired structures of the mind, energies of the mind, what those energies doing inside. Quite often we see life through trauma, through some past experience, through something which was nasty, not nice. That is like a library of those experiences. Keep processing the same over and over and over and over. So if you recorded some traumas, some anger, some hatred, some things like that, you will be living that experience. You will be that, what is presently in your mind. But if you employ your soul, your ruh, that stillness, that beingness, you may learn, teach yourself, because this is again like learning from you, how to address those issues. For example, you may be at work and suddenly some cloud coming, some tiredness, weariness, dizziness. This is effect of that trauma, this is effect of that energy circling in you. Come to the surface of the mind and you're processing this over and over and you don't know what to do with this. You sometimes even may know how to be still, come to the place where you are able to observe everything which is appearing in you. You are conscious, you are aware, and you still cannot pierce this. But trick is to establish yourself in some activity of stillness, prayer, meditation, and generally the best is now I see, really, reading scriptures for a longer period of time. And not only scriptures, I would say Quranic scriptures, where you can listen recitation and reading the words. It's not allowing the mind to put that thing, that stuff in you, and you're rooting yourself deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And from that deep place inside of you, you can dismantle, you can melt those hardly wired structures in your mind. Your mind is wired in some way. That's why you experience hardship in life. That's why you cannot have abundance. Because it's non-stop saying no. It's not so stop saying I am tired, I am in pain, I'm dying. That's how this behaving. I see this quite often in me, myself. But I mastering more and more after those 30 years really, how to pierce that, how to go through that. For example, today at work, I read Quran for 2 hours. There was nothing to do. I used that time, they still pay me, but I sat in car and I read Quran for 2 hours and listened that recitation. And in the same way, when that going recitation and you reading, there is nothing can go through you to put on you those clouds which are accumulated in the mind. And when they do, when they appear and they trying to make you tired or this, when you are deeply rooted, you can look at that from different place in you, place of healing, where those things are melting, disappearing, and so then you see, you feel that relief, you see that like something unstick from the surface of the mind, some energetic impulses in your brain. That brain is wired. We put too much mystery to those things, but really it is wiring of your mind. Obviously there is some force, we can call it God, Allah. There is something which can watch us, which know when we pray, if we pray, etc., etc. Without that, you're not gonna achieve it. This is mandatory. You have to establish some prayer, read scriptures, and do it as much as possible, regularly, to flow to the surface, to be able to get better in life. Like me, 30 years ago, with that horrifically destroyed mind. I'm not the same person. I changed a lot. Through my effort, obviously. But I've seen many times in life where some invisible hand shielded me, protect me against some influences, against group of people, against something which potentially some accident happened, but bad things happened to me. Even recently on my mind, I had idea in my mind through fear, through past, that I need to speak to some person, which 3 days ago I seen he beat someone on the street. He just chucked the bike and just started punching the another. And I seen him after 3 days in the middle of the town. So suddenly my protective mind switched on. So I wanted to look at him, speak, stop my car, and talk to him. But in a way, something else happened. Just before me, I just wanted to reverse, was car, and I hit that car and there was accident. I look at that guy on that bike for 1 second, but I had accident. I had no time to speak to him. So in a way, I see this as a perfection of existence. It protect me through giving me that accident, so I not talk to that person. Maybe that person could want to beat me, or something horrible could happen. Maybe no more for me such events like I used to do in prison or on the street, facing, challenging, whatever. Now you have to face and challenge your own stupidly behaving mind, horrifically badly behaving mind, which now I see, it try to project fear on you, bring those fearful thoughts, and when you are like identifying with it, it's happening in your life. So you need to find a way, you all need to find a way how to uproot yourself from this, unplug yourself from that stupid matrix. We are living in that matrix more or less. That's why we cannot experience the life. And there is as well that other side, that Satan. It want to keep us in that mess, that swamp. It knows it will know we will want to recover from that, remove, and when we see it's projecting fears, it's trying to block us, put some resistance on us. You'll see this on the way. I see this millions of times. But really, way through scriptures, through reading Quran, recitation, there is million of others way, definitely there is, but I find this most productive. Instilling yourself for a longer period of time inside and observing mind from that place, whatever it want to put on you, is the best, safest way how to heal, how to come back to a right shape of reality, peaceful reality. Because when you have in those mind those fearful thoughts, this anxiety, this anger, hatred, jealousy, and all of that, your reality not looks well. You see through that. You are unhappy. You are full of pain, full of tiredness, weariness. You cannot experience life through pure energy. It's about pure energy, pure frequency, high frequency. When you reach that point of high frequency, pure energy, all will be good. There will be no fear. There will be no such experiences. Nobody would like to be in my skin for all of those years which I experienced. I theoretically supposed to not be here so many times. I seen miracle of God existence, Allah, in all of those experiences so many times, that I survived, that I went through this, that I wasn't hurt, damaged. There was experiences where I was damaged. When I had a broken arm, or in prison when someone pulled me in the cell, want to fight me, whatever, or 7 guys in the prison want me to open them door, and I said no, refuse, to 1 free, and scream at them, they scream at me. There was horrific experiences there, and there was horrific experiences on the streets where I been beaten to the pulp. I thought I had broken back, I had violet face. I was so badly beaten by bodybuilders. It's happened many times because my own mind attract those experiences. That was in a way law of attraction for other way, not right way. I didn't attract good things, I attract horrific things entire life. But now it's not happening to me anymore. So you need to override your mind. There are ways to override the mind, but you have to put effort in this. I have a religious way. Many religious way will teach you good things, which will teach you how to avoid bad things in life. What is valid, what bringing with itself good energy, and what bringing invalid energy, horrific energy. Them ways will teach you. As well, those people there will have good energy, will be progressing you, pushing you. Depends what we carry inside, carry energy inside, which spreading around in that field. We can borrow this to somebody else. We can borrow our consciousness, so he temporarily will be better off, but still he will need to undergo that brain surgery by himself, that correction by himself, healing by himself, all this hardship by himself. Nobody will repair you. Nobody. Once it is broken, that pattern is broken, and that mind have no stillness, no right current, you will have to do it by yourself. Nobody fix this for you. So this is my today message to you, with beautiful flowers behind my mother work. Salam alaikum.